Hello and welcome back to Trip's Tales. Tonight we will be taking a look back at Island Walker. Tonight's episode, Eleanor Havertaft. How are you holding up, Erik? Why do you have to talk so loud? Bart had slept soundly on the plane, but Erik could find no rest. His hands dry, his head ached. It may have been the exact opposite of a hangover, but it sure felt like one. Going cold turkey was not something he had originally intended for this trip. Bart laughed at Erik. Hang in there, old boy. The two approached an enormous yellow house, modeled after a Spanish-American one from the Caribbean. Above them was a deck with two modeled cannons on them, and in between, a swivel gun. The pure wealth on display intimidated Erik, and he gulped. It knocked. Who goes there? The voice came from above them. They looked up to see Eleanor peering down from the deck. Apparently she had been sunbathing topless. She recognized Erik and covered herself. Oh, sorry, I'll be down in a second. She disappeared above. I can see why you like her, Bart commented. Shut up. Erik elbowed him in the gut. Well, within seconds, Eleanor burst out the front door, a baggy t-shirt draping down to her knees. I'm so sorry about that. Sometimes I use fear tactics from the 18th century. The pirate Sam Bellamy, well, he went full out, going full naked. Well, there's a reason he was the richest pirate. Honestly, you should see my black beard. Bart and Erik exchanged awkward glances. But never mind all that. Come on in. Make yourselves at home. Eleanor opened the door for them, and they filed inside. Erik's mouth involuntarily dropped. This place was huge, filled with priceless paintings as well as artifacts, suits of armor, samurai swords, ancient pottery, Stone Age art. She had it all. Erik found himself by a painting that was only a red blotch. So, what is this? I'm not sure. Honestly, I'll probably take it down. I just keep forgetting. It was only a couple thousand. Only a... Are you a Tomb Raider or something? Of course not. I don't like to get my hands dirty. And if I were to be some kind of raider, I'd probably hire someone else to do the job. Bart had a few rich relatives and was far less impressed. He was a little more focused than Erik. So do you have the piece? Eleanor took it out of her pocket and handed the knife tip to Bart, who held it in his hand like the most precious thing in the world. He stupidly opened his mouth and fell back into the chair. Do you have a microscope I could borrow? Eleanor clapped, and a butler, who neither Bart nor Erik had seen in the room, left to fetch it. Erik was still flabbergasted by the amazing artifacts in the room, a much more compelling collection than even their own university museum. In the back of the room was a large map of the world. Most of the countries were filled in, including most of Europe. The butler placed the microscope on a nearby desk and disappeared into the walls. Bart shook Erik from his daze and they crowded around the artifact. Bart studied it and Eleanor sat herself across from them, hands crossed. Bart said. Interesting craftsmanship. It does appear quite ancient, quite crude. I think this will be worth looking into. Would you mind if we took it back to the lab and sent it via mail, if we'd like to send it back? Otherwise, we can send you the check for it. Eleanor grabbed an envelope and Bart dropped the piece in. Please take a look in the lab. I am quite curious. Erik was glad to have Bart take the lead. This place was far too overwhelming. Oh, and don't forget to share your findings. If possible, I'll do all I can to make sure you can find the Kraken. Why do you want it so badly? Erik asked. Look around you, Erik. On the far wall was a collection of taxidermy game animals. Above were the heads of lions, tigers, and bears. Right next to it were dinosaur bones. What's missing? I see. I almost have enough to open up a museum of pure wonder and amazement. But I'm not just interested in the Kraken. No. I'm interested in what it carries. More items like this. Maybe, of course, you and your little university can have your share, but some will be for my museum. So it's really a win-win for you. You can study these rare commodities and put them on display in a museum. I understand. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else you wanted to add? Where are you all going? Well, back to the hotel. I need to get some sleep. Why don't you stay here? I have the rooms. Well, thank you, but all my stuff is there, and I don't exactly trust those hotels entirely. Are you sure you don't want to stay for a little bit longer? See all the surprises you can find in here? Eric yawned, his head throbbed. Oh, thanks again. I'll make sure to next time. Besides, I want to see everything when working on the exhibit. Bart, it might be in the best interest of the university to see what's locked away in here. Well, if it's for the best interest of the university. Eleanor smiles. Eric yawned again. Well, I'll meet you back at the hotel then. I'll be there in a bit, said Bart. It's an extensive collection, remarked Eleanor. Don't stay up for me. Can do. Eric made his way back to the hotel, made sure to contact Dr. Bighorn about how Ripley was, and passed out. In the early hours in the morning, Bart stumbled back into the hotel completely disheveled and exhausted, but he attempted to play it off as normal. Are we ready to catch the plane? What happened? Eric, my friend, we're having scotch and cigars tonight. Yes. Well, what will happen next week? You'll find out right here on Trip's Tales.